Hello, my name is Anne-Marie Van Room. This is my journal too, and this is about culture. I'm going to be referencing the article reviewing the roles of culture in the English language learning, which is challenges and opportunities for educators. And the highlights are the English language learner culture, challenges and opportunities with learning English in culturally inclusive learning and language environments. Which of these elements do you believe has the greatest impact on helping English learners navigate differences in communication styles? The greatest impact for English learners from the article is the issues about the significance of culture for English language learning. This section is important because it makes teachers focus on teaching the English learner students meaningful communication. It also teaches students to value the background of culture of other students in a positive way. This creates an environment of belonging, which, in my opinion, is very important in the classroom. The significance of the culture also focuses on motivating the learners. This is done by providing real applications in that are related to the materials that is being taught. Applying significance of culture for English language learners in my future teaching. Well, I'm a teacher right now for special education students, and as students learning English, they also are learning about other cultures and our own culture. As a teacher, I have done my best to teach. I'm teaching predominantly Asian and Hispanic students about their cultures and other cultures as well. I'm including readings, read alouds, and lessons about Martin Luther King, read alouds, stories like All Are Welcomed, Fry Bread, and A Sweet New Year for Ren, which is about Chinese New Year. And creating a classroom that is culturally responsive is the best way to apply these principles, making the lesson plans motivating and personal for my students. In the readings, teachers need to create a culturally inclusive language learning environment, and that also addresses stereotypes. In the article, it states, in embracing technology, educators not only open the doors to vast linguistic resources, but also empower students to take control of their learning journey, prompting the sense of autonomy and responsibility. So, in order to do this, I um, I try to make it a culturally responsive classroom for myself and for my students too. Um, One classroom situation where English learning might experience miscommunication due to cultural differences. I work with special needs students, and they're mostly in kindergarten. I have a few parents that don't know English. I have had to use Google Translate, which is an excellent tool for us to communicate. But there's times where I'm escorting a student up to the office, or I'll forget my phone in the classroom, and I have to explain a situation. And there was a situation where um, one of my students have gotten hurt in the classroom, or they needed behavioral support in the classroom by myself or my classroom aides. There was one time I didn't have my phone with me, and I told the parent what happened and how the student needed behavioral support, and they didn't understand, and they had to contact the district, and they were stating that I told them that I allowed their child, to get hurt in the classroom, when in fact I told them that I needed to help them with their behavior so they wouldn't hurt themselves or other students. Um, this has happened a couple of times because I mostly try to have my phone with me at all times so I can use Google Translate. Um, that's an example of what English language learning experiences I've had in my classroom, and I do my very best to make sure I either have an interpreter when I'm talking to parents or have Google Translate when it's something that needs to be said right away. how could a teacher prevent or resolve these misunderstandings? Um, the article states that there needs to be a real world language use and culturally diversity taught in the classroom. So, in my classroom, when I'm teaching the students, I practice cultural responsibility. Cultural responsiveness is when educators or anyone in the setting where there are different cultures are able to respect, learn, and value people who are different. And that's what I try to do every day when I speak to my students, when I speak to the parents. They're also able to value them as an individual who can be taught, or me and myself being taught myself. Teachers can create a safe environment in their classroom when cultural responsiveness is respected and done every day. And this is his page. Thank you.